What's up, guys? It is pretty either late at night or early in the morning. It's 1 a.m. for me right now, and I'm recording. Just got home. I'm not going to be awake in 6 hours to do my drive, so I'm going to do them now, and we're going to take on Kamesh here. 124 defense, these Oakland Raiders. Nice 4-3 base defense, and we'll just hop right in. Oh, it's been a long day, let me tell you. Let me tell you all about it, except I won't tell you all about it. It's just been a long day. Oh my god, look at this wild wind. Man, I was kind of hoping that that would just be a muffed kick so I could finish this quicker. We open up trips corner strike here. We've got some awkward coverage, but I'm still going to hit Tyreek Hill, but he's going to drop it, unfortunately. Most of these guys I saw have a lot of run counters, so I'm not going to go trips tight end halfback counter here. I'm going to go with trips tight end wide receiver corner, which is countered. It is probably going to be a critical. It won't be a critical, so I will try to hit Evan Ingram, who also will drop it. Good stuff. 3rd and 10. We'll go empty trip stick. We're going to get zone, which is also counter formation. It's not maybe countered, but we get a super win. Look at that. That's a nice touchdown when I didn't expect it. I love unexpected touchdowns. When they're for me, of course. When I'm playing and I get an unexpected touchdown. I think this is countered. I'll play it as if it is, which it is, but I'm not going to be able to escape. 26% countered, so if I can run a bunch of spacing on the 2-point conversion, I will. Because it's only 26%. He's got a long pass. Not a long pass. He's got a 2-point run counter. And I know that because it was only 26%. And I think that's 35. But I have enough short pass. And I have the Evan Ingram minus 3% for all plays. And then I have Tyreek Hill's minus 3% on short passes. And then I think I have another one. I think Joel Bitonio might negate 3% for short passes for me, so that might bring it down to 26, but that's how I know that he has a run counter, or a run or play action. I guess I really shouldn't say he has a run counter unless I actually run a run play. We'll just hit Gates here because he was open. Now we will cycle into empty trip shallow cross, which is not countered because we saw that linebacker move, so we're going to set the blocks. We're going to hit Barkley as soon as he clears the offensive line. We're going to get a nice 13-ish yards. Here we're going to go trips tight end PA deep attack, which is looking like it could be countered because these guys moved over in unison. It is hard countered. Not hard countered, but critical. I got slapped with a critical counter. I know this empty trip stick isn't countered because it was used on my last drive, but I'm going to hit zone again. This time it might be countered. No? Fuck. I should have backed up a little more there, but I wanted to hit Barkley as soon as I could. This is kind of a bad read for me. Trips tight end to wide receiver corner was countered 100%. I have a scratch on my leg, sorry. Let's see. What to do on 3rd and 16. This is not a prime position. But what you look to do on 3rd and 16 is not throw a bomb that could get you the first down. What your primary objective should be on 3rd and 16 is to get a manageable 4th and down. So get within 4th and 6, 4th and 7 is preferred. So if you can gain 10 yards here on this play, on a 3rd and 16, 17, 18, whatever, if you can get into a manageable 4th down position, that is your primary goal. Of course, your top goal should always be the first down, but the first down, you shouldn't look for a home run play on 3rd and 16. It's just not, you're not going to find a good one without getting lucky. So I think what I'm going to do is, I don't have any good plays for this situation. I do like trips tight end, flanker spot here, because these guys like run counters. So I think I'm going to run this, but I'm going to run it flipped. And we'll see if we get man or zone. We're going to get man. So I'm going to step back, set blocks, and we're going to scramble to the outside. And we're going to get massive yards. We're going to scramble out of bounds there. And we'll see what my plays are looking like here. See if I can go trips corner strike again. I can, so I will. And we're going to hit Gates here because I saw the cornerback back up, and he's going to drop it. Thank goodness, I guess. I don't know what he wants from me, but I guess it's okay. We'll cycle right back to empty trip shallow cross because it's not countered. I didn't face a hard counter on it, so I'm going to run right back to it. It's not countered because you saw these guys both move, so we're facing man coverage, and this guy's kind of moving down a little bit, kind of intimidating. But Barkley is open, and he will catch it, and we're going to get a nice first down there. And now we'll go into trips tight end PA deep attack. We know it's not hard counter because I ran it earlier. I hit a 14% counter, so that's good news. Now we're down to the 15-ish yard line. So I think at this point in time, I have empty trip stick available as a play to run. So I'm going to test out a new play here, and I'm going to go ahead and test out bunch flanker drive. I like this play because of the wheel route your halfback will run. And on man coverage, you can hit your wide receiver 1. On zone coverage, you can hit your halfback on the wheel route. You can hit your wide receiver 1 on the drag route. But if it's countered, you're just going to look to, get sacked. But now I know I have trips or empty trip stick open, so we're going to go ahead and run this. And of course, we're going to get zone coverage again. So we're going to take a step back. We're going to hit Barkley, and we're going to get into a 3rd and 4 or 5 here. 3rd and 5. Let's see what my playbook calls for. Trips corner strike. Would you look at that? Definitely not going to run that here on 3rd and 5. So it looks like I'm going to have to test out a new play because I don't have anything for this. And I really don't want to go whatever I ran you over here, trips tight end flanker spot, because I don't think it does have an underneath route. I think it does. So maybe that is the play here. Since I know it's open, it's not a risk. I mean, it's a risk. All plays are somewhat of a risk, but I know it's not hard countered is what I'm saying. And let's see if I have my scramble or not. I should. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pass plays. I do have my scramble. So yeah, let's go trips tight end flanker spot. We'll flip it. We'll hit it. We're going to get zone here, so I'm going to look to either hit... Oh, fuck, I don't know who I'm going to hit here. Maybe Gates or Jones. We'll see. Gates. Look at that. Look at that. I think I just found one of my new favorite plays. We're going to go bunch spacing here. It's not countered. So we're going to step back. We're going to set the blocks, and we're going to go straight up the middle. CHF likes to take the snap and then immediately scramble up the middle. But I don't like that now. I've watched, I guess, all the videos he's posted so far for the last few weeks, and he has detailed Dante Hightower, the Q for 3 Dante Hightower boss. He has said that Dante Hightower has a very high play recognition and awareness, and he will shut you down if you try to do those plays. If you try to just scramble right up the middle, like on nickel, on that uncountered dime, or on 4-3 coverages, he will shut you down. There's a higher percentage that he'll shut you down. So I just try to step back, set the blocks, make sure the linebackers moved out of the way so I can run to the opposite direction of where he's at. So we're facing up against a blitz here, so I'm going to go to wide receiver 2. And he is going to catch it. And look at that. Look at that. He's going to take it. Oh, wow. Julio. Wow. You just make my heart happy. You just made me the happiest man on the planet. So I'm going to assume it's countered. And it is, and we are going to be able to escape this one for a nice 22 points when I'm a little sleep deprived. So, go me. Played 6 up, got 22 points. It's a victory. I'd call that a victory, even though it doesn't look so hot for this one. I still call it a victory for me. It's a personal victory. Yeah, I think that's it. I think I may have found a new play that I really like to run. So that's good. It's good news. But thanks to 2 super wins, I get some pretty lucky touchdowns. Go back through here and look at the drives again. if you sit on 3rd and 16 and you think, what do I run? Don't pick halfback option. Don't pick trips tight end stick or strong eye fullback middle and just lob this streak route. Think smart here. Know what players you have. Like for me, I have Baker Mayfield, so I utilize his speed at 122. If you have Sam Darnold with 107 speed, probably don't do that. On 3rd and 16, probably try to go for a different play call. But I know my players and I know what their strengths are. And that's why I'm not a big fan of streak routes, because I don't have a tall wide receiver. One, Tyreek Hill, he's like 5'11", 5'10", but he's fast. So that's how I utilize him on those trips corner strike, for example. On that break, he's got phenomenal route running and phenomenal speed, so he can break off of that route really quickly. And I don't like corner routes to the tight end because I don't have a tall tight end. I think Evan Ingram is 6'3" or 6'2", so he's about average height, so he's taller than most safeties, but some safeties are taller than him, and they'll give him trouble because he's only 6'3". Now, Jimmy Graham, I think, is 6'6", 6'7", so that's an advantage if you have Jimmy Graham. I think Kobe Fleener's the same way. I think they're both 6'6" or 6'7". I have Saquon Barkley, really fast running back, so I trust him on MD trip shallow cross. I trust Tyreek Hill there on trips tight end PA deep attack. If you pick plays with more than one read, that's great. That is the best. That is absolutely the best. But on plays like trips tight end PA deep attack and empty trips shallow cross that only have one primary read, which is the drag route to the left side, the best thing you can do there if it's not open is to throw the football away. Do not force any passes if you don't have to. Do not force interceptions if you don't have to, because that's on you. That's no, oh, the ball was tipped into the defender's hands. No, that was a bad read. Just don't do that. If you think the pass might have a chance of being intercepted, throw it away. Just get out of the pocket and throw the ball away, or even get sacked. You have a less chance of fumbling on a sack than throwing an interception on a bad read. Just keep that in mind. But plays like bunch flanker drive have multiple reads. Empty trip stick has multiple reads depending on the coverage. Trips tight end flanker spot, as I'm learning, has multiple reads. Same with trips corner strike. Multiple reads. I like the plays with multiple reads. Not the plays that you just throw a streak or a bomb or a corner route or whatever. Multiple reads are the plays that I really like. And with that, if you have any questions or want me to help you find plays with multiple reads, I'm more than happy to help you with that. I don't have a problem with that whatsoever. I will recommend you probably directly to my film, my videos, and CHS videos, and Hey Steve Dave's videos. Even though he details more head-to-head, he's still the best player in the world. So there's nothing you can't learn from him, I guess. Even though he does throw, he tends to throw quite a few bombs in head-to-head, but it's still great to hear him talk about coaches and downs and what plays he likes to run in certain situations on head-to-head. It's an interesting take on things, for sure. But yeah, the plays that have multiple reads are the best ones, for sure. Same with trips tied to wide receiver corner, multiple reads depending on the coverage. And plays that are counter-breakable, like trips tied to wide receiver corners, counter-breakable, trips corner strike, empty trip stick. Empty trip shallow cross is not critical counter-breakable. Trips tight end PA deep attack is not medium and critical counter-breakable, but low counter-breakable. Yeah, it's low counter-breakable, but not medium or critical. I don't know about trips tight end flanker spot because I haven't really run it a lot, but I'm probably going to start doing that more often. Bunch flanker drive, as you saw, is not critical counter-breakable, but I believe low and medium is a yes, depending on if your wide receiver 1 gets out of the gets on the drag route quick enough, if he breaks past the offensive line fast enough, I believe. Don't quote me, but I think. And yeah, that's about it. As far as 2-point counters, the only two 2-point plays you should be running whatsoever under any circumstances, unless it's a weekend tournament with only play action passes or whatever, are bunch spacing and strong eye halfback toss. Why? Because they're both counter breakable, and you're not going to face a low or medium counter on any 2-point. It's either critical countered or not countered at all. I don't know if you picked up on that, but that's how it is. So bunch spacing, as you see me do nearly every day, is critical counter breakable, as is toss. You should not be using any other 2-point play. If you are, you're doing something wrong. For sure, you're doing something wrong. Every day the videos have been getting shorter, but for some reason on the night that I am the most tired and the most sleep deprived, it got longer. And that's probably because I decided to rant for about 10 minutes. It's probably not 10 minutes, but it's probably an admirable amount of time. With all that being said, that's it. That's all I've got. My name's Renovation, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow.